What is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. All right, man, we got our first official gameplay of EA UFC 2, and you will see it in the video, and I'll be talking about it. Sound off in the comments, man. Let me know what you guys think of this gameplay that you're going to be watching, how much different you think it looks, how much more excited you are than you were for EA, the first EA UFC, or if you're excited at all. Let me know in the comments. All right, we're going to talk about it. It's not really a breakdown because it's not a whole lot to it, but I can say that the gameplay they showed us really didn't differentiate EA UFC, the first one, and EA UFC 2. The first thing they talk about is the knockout physics system. It says in our gameplay video, which you're watching right now. In our gameplay video, take a look at how Conor's spinning heel kick connects and causes Jose to stumble backwards. With our new physics-driven hit reaction and knockout system, you get more authentic and unique KOs. Now, I could say I didn't really find any problem with the KOs in the first EA UFC. I thought they were physics-based. I thought they were pretty unique. They look pretty good, man. I ain't had no gripes with the physics and the knockout system, so I kind of really don't know what they're talking about here. Maybe I got to see it in action or play it in action, get my hands on it to really see a difference, but as of right now, I just don't see much of a difference with the knockout system, but I'm all for improving knockouts. The one thing I can say that I didn't like about the last one was the reaction of the referee. He just took too long to protect the fighters, man. If you want to make it look realistic, you got to get him in there a little quicker. All right, the next thing they're talking about are the next level submissions. The video we're watching now in our second gameplay video, pay close attention to how Aldo transitions from a rear naked choke into an armbar to finish the fight. In EA UFC 2, you will be able to surprise opponents with a variety of quick transitions to put them into a submission. Additionally, the ability to do standing submissions opens the door to even more ways to finish the fight. And that's one of the harder things, I think, to get right in an MMA game are the submissions. They didn't really stand out on the last one. They were a little hard, which they should be, man. You can't just be walking around making people tap out anytime you feel like it. So they didn't really stand out as being a fun mechanic or being the most realistic thing ever, but at the same time, it wasn't bad. So if they're improving on it, that's all you can ask for, in my opinion. Now you can do standing submissions, so who knows where that's gonna go. Hopefully that's, done correctly, but submissions are getting an improvement. That's one of the gameplay features that they want to talk about out the gate. Next up, the last video, which we're watching, is the dynamic grappling. In our third and last gameplay video, watch as McGregor tries to land a strike, but Aldo's quick movement allows him to avoid contact and instead is able to perform a takedown. For the first time in an MMA game, greater independent fighter controls allows for more freedom in grappling situations. These interactions result in a greater response and variety in the ground game. All right, man. Now, the absolute hardest thing for an MMA game, in my opinion, is the grappling, man, and make it look organic and not so robotic. The grappling was a bit robotic in EA UFC, but I mean, it's just hard not to because they're animations and they're gonna start looking the same after a while. But they said the things I do like in this paragraph is it says greater independent fight control and more freedom. So you know what? Maybe they will look a little bit more organic. From these three clips, man, you know what? If you put up the first EA UFC and put this one up, you probably wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference as far as how the game's looking. But at the same time, it was their first installment of the franchise. So they just needed to get themselves a good base, which I think they did, man. I do think that they got a strong footing, a good footing in the game. And now we're just going to see incremental improvements until maybe one day we'll have a great EA UFC game. I think they're on the way, man. I can't really knock the franchise. It wasn't, the best game, but it was their first one. So you got to give them a chance. Oh, and real quick, man, they basically made a reply to my video saying, Dave, what the hell are you talking about? We got a plan. I made a video saying EA UFC 2 was in a weird position because of the cover, and they basically said, no, we not, because this Jose Aldo fight and this Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor is going to be a fight for the cover. So they're not about to have a situation where they have two people who lost their last fight on a cover trying to market a video game. So they're doing the right thing. I think that's the best thing they could do. I know they probably prefer Conor McGregor to win, man. He's just more marketable. I don't think Jose Aldo speaks English. I know he's from Brazil. I don't think I've ever seen him speak English. Maybe he does. I might be lying. But Conor McGregor just much more marketable, man. Putting Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey on that cover is, I know that's what EA wants, so I know they're probably hoping that he wins, but they have a solution. All right, sound off in the comments, man. Let me know what you feel about EA UFC 2 gameplay. I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.